Okay, we will talk about running our application using emulator. Yeah, maybe some of you have poked around in the Android Studio. Yeah, maybe you wonder where is my user interface for my application. Yeah, it is actually here on the activity main.xml. We have only hello world for now, and maybe you are eager to run your application, your first hello world application on Android. Yeah, how to do so? We have two ways of running our application. The first one is by using emulators, and the second one is by using a real device. Let's talk about running using emulator first. Yeah, why we must use emulator? Okay, so by emulator to be able to test a broader type of devices, the screen size, the RAM, the CPU, the Android OS, etc., and different device settings. Yeah, we don't really need to buy every single devices available in the market. Yeah, it will take or it will cost us a lot of money to do so. Yeah, that's why emulator is created. Yeah, this way we can save a lot since we don't need to buy many devices at once. Yeah, but using real devices is useful to see the real performance of our apps in the real world conditions. Yeah, later we will talk about running our application in real devices. Yeah, but now let's use emulator. Yeah, but there is a catch actually. Emulators require a quite powerful PC to run smoothly. Yeah, so if you don't have a powerful PC, then you can use your real device. Yeah, again, we will see how to run our application in the real device in the next video. But for now, let's learn about the emulator first. Yeah, to access your emulators, we call it AVD. You can click over here. Yeah, the symbol is a smartphone and the Android icon. This is the AVD manager. Whoops, sorry. Yeah, so this is my AVD manager. I have created a virtual device right now here. So what you see may not look exactly the same. Yeah, what you see for the first time may be something like this. Okay, to make it the same, I will delete this AVD. Yeah, and then I will reopen my AVD manager. Yeah, now I get also the same window as yours. Yeah, this is the very first dialog when you never created emulators or virtual devices. Yeah, let's click create virtual device. And you will be created by a new window, virtual device configuration. Yeah, this is the first step to select hardware. Yeah, Android Studio provides device profiles. Usually it is in pixel. Yeah, Pixel XL, Pixel 3a, Pixel 2, and so on. Or some generics. Yeah, let's take a look over here. I have Pixel S, Pixel 5, 4, 3, 2, Nexus. Yeah, this is the older generation of Google's own Android device. Have Galaxy Nexus, and then these are the generic profiles for anything else. Yeah, of course, you can create your new hardware profile, but we won't do that over here. Yeah, we will just select any available device profile. Yeah, select one as you wish, but remember that the bigger the screen size is, the higher memory and graphic emulation power you will need to properly emulate that device. Yeah, so if your computer is not powerful enough, I suggest you select anything small. Yeah, maybe the Nexus S or maybe Pixel. Oh, but Pixel is quite big. Yeah, 1080 by 1920. You can select everything else below. Yeah. I think I will select Pixel 2. Yeah, and then click next. At the next window, yeah, you must select a system image. Yeah, system image is the Android OS that will be installed on your emulator, yeah, on or your AVD. If this is the first time you run Android Studio, then you will need to download at least one system image. Yeah, here I have done so. So I have R already downloaded to my system. Yeah, if not, then please select any of these. Yeah, you can select anything as you wish. I suggest at least Oreo. Yeah, the API 26 or 27, it doesn't really matter. Yeah, here I have R downloaded, so I will select R for now. Yeah, please use anything that is recommended by Android Studio here. Yeah, if you really need to install anything, maybe lower than Nougat, then you can select x86 images. Then you will see so many API levels over here. Yeah, and unfortunately, we cannot install ice cream sandwich anymore, and even gingerbread. Yeah, but usually I will stick anything that is recommended over here. Please download it. It is roughly 1 GB in size. Yeah, so if you are downloading this right now, you may want to pause the video. When the download finishes, then you can continue on your own device. Yeah. So which system image to select? Generally, just pick one system image under the recommended tab. If you need to use the Google Play API, then select any system image which target ends with Google Play. Yeah, the target ends with Google Play. In the recommended section, usually they are Google Play certified. Yeah, so it is compatible with Google Play. And then if you need to emulate other older devices, please select the appropriate system image, which matches the API of your target device. Yeah, API is something like this. Yeah, API is maybe x86 64. This means the 64-bit system image. This one is the 32-bit. And you have also, at the other images, you have also another API, ARM, and ARM eAPI, and so on. Yeah, only select this if you really need to emulate older devices or a different kind of device. Yeah. If not, then usually you can select any recommended system image here. Yeah, when you have finished downloading the system image, then you can click next. Yeah, you can name the configurations here. You can change anything else. If not, then usually you can just click finish. Yeah, and then you can see here I have created a Pixel 2 API 30 device. Okay, for Intel and AMD computers, yeah, we have some differences here. Yeah, in Intel computers, we are helped by HAXM. Yeah, HAXM is used to boost our emulator performance. Yeah, usually you are asked to install HAXM the first time you create an AVD. Yeah, if you miss it, you can still install it over here. Yeah, in the recommendation section. Yeah, it is generally recommended to install HAXM. Yeah, so your emulator will run smoothly. Yeah, but HAXM is for Intels. Yeah, for AMDs, you will need to install Android Hypervisor Android emulator. Yeah, or please check here. Yeah, because there are so many configurations for Intel and AMD users. Yeah, please click here, learn, then install the appropriate hardware acceleration available for your computer. Then to run your emulator, just click the run or launch AVD. Click it once, yeah, even though they may not be immediate reaction, but please click it only once. If you click it twice or more, then your AVD will be launched more than once. Yeah, and AVD generally take so much RAM in our computer. Yeah, I will open my task manager. Yeah, as you can see here, I have spend 97% of my memory. My system is 8 GB of RAM. Yeah, so that's why usually I recommend more than 8 GB or less applications are open. Yeah, here I must open Google Chrome. So yeah, unfortunately, my computer has less RAM available. Yeah, but that's fine for now. Yeah, maybe you will experience some lags and so on. Yeah, if you don't have such luxury of your RAM, then maybe you want to consider using your real device. Yeah, later we will talk about it. Now, because the emulator takes a lot of RAMs, yeah, I don't suggest to close it during the class. Yeah, so please leave your emulator open during the NMP course. Yeah, and please open your emulator beforehand because it takes a while to open an AVD. Yeah, as you can see, I only take couple of minutes on my PC to open the AVD, but on less powerful computer, it may take longer, maybe 5 minutes. Yeah, so please open or prepare your AVD before starting the class, and also never close it. Yeah, you don't really need to close then rerun your emulator to rerun your application. Yeah, just leave it. What if your emulator causes your computer to be super laggy or unresponsive? Yeah, for now my computer is still responsive, so I think I can bear it with using emulator. Yeah, and actually this is the best for me because if using my real device, then it takes a lot of my time to actually record and edit on my real device. Yeah, so I will use my emulator. I hope it don't take any much hit on my computer's performance. Yeah, but if you are experiencing a laggy computer, super laggy, or maybe unresponsive, then you may consider to use your real device. There is Android, yeah, of course. How to do that? We will take a look on the next video.